Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here. Now, I've done a lot of digging over the past few days to try to get the upcoming banner predictions, as well as all the unreleased characters that might be coming out in Zenless Zone 0. I wanted to wait for today because today was the first drip of a Sons of Calydon character called Caesar. They usually do this to predict like the upcoming characters. If you haven't seen it, it already is like up on their HoloLab profile. So with this, we can kind of predict 1.2, but I first want to talk about all the characters and then we will go into the prediction schedule upcoming. In case any of you are liking any of these upcoming characters, there is a trend and we are going to aim to like predict it. But more importantly, let's take a look at all the characters. So some of you who actually looked around and actually played the game, we will go from like left to right over here. There's actually some scenario that you can get Lighter, who is looking at one poster over here. I haven't seen it myself, but a lot of people like on Reddit and the community have said that he is possible to find him out. You can Google it more if you want to like encounter him. But Lighter is likely probably going to be coming to the game real soon, and that is this character over here. You can see his profile over here. So in my opinion, I think likely the next patch that we're going to go into is a Sons of Calydon patch. You can see all of them like riding their motorbikes in one of the cutscenes, official cutscenes in one of the videos, YouTube videos that the official Zenless Zone 0 put out. You can see Lighter over here, and this is the other unreleased character who might be drip marketed in the next few days. I'm not too sure, but these are definitely exciting new characters that we already know. So here, of course, is Lucy. Piper, I think, is on the back of this bike over here. I think that definitely, we will have a combination of here together with the Sons of Calydon in 2.1. In my opinion, like these three characters fit very nicely. Perhaps one of them will be a 4-star, one of them is going to be a 5-star. Not too sure like which one is which, but so far Caesar likely is going to have a higher chance of being a 5-star. So any of you who Miyabi savers, you want more time to save, you can actually have a bit more time from there, given the drip marketing that we go. Seems that we're going in the Sons of Calydon. So like 1.1 is like a police faction, like 1.0 second half, and then 1.1 some police faction. So maybe it could be like this. If all of them were 5 stars, then maybe they might introduce another 4-star character. But Seth was previously actually already like introduced in one of the police faction clips. So they decided like make one of them a 4-star and like the rest of them like 5 stars instead. So I likely think it's going to be like this. The other characters that haven't been released into the game that I think is interesting to see is, of course, the Section 6. This is Miyabi's faction. We have Hoshimi Miyabi. We have... I'm not too sure exactly the name of these two, so I don't want to like butcher them. But these are the three characters that are unreleased of this like section over here, other than Sokaku. So it seems like if they want to go into this new faction, the Miyabi faction, they could bring it as early as 1.3. So if this is the case, they could probably put in something like this in 1.3. Maybe one of them is a 4-star. Perhaps the pink-haired lady is a 4-star or the male is a 4-star. But they already have like Seth that they put a 4-star. So maybe it could be the other way around. Like maybe like this. Miyabi is definitely going to be a 5-star for sure. So I think that definitely 1.3 is when they will release their next faction, which is the most complete so far that they actually already design and have character models ready to go. I think that's what it's going to look like in 1.2 or 1.3. The interesting part about 1.4 here, before we talk about the other characters that have been drip marketed, is I just want to share with you that both Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact had their first rerun in version 1.4, which means that if you pulled Alan and you missed Alan, likely that if they follow the same trend, so ZZZ could follow the same trend and put their first rerun at 1.4, that will be very interesting because it will then set the tone for reruns in future. And for those of you who are like looking at this chart, why do I have like certain banners? I'm actually keeping track on the character banners to see what are the 4-star cast rotation, what are the 5-star rotation, and I'll do this every single patch to help us make a guess. I'll do the 4 stars in a little bit as well once I have all of the characters in 1.2 predicted to come out. We have a pretty good track record. We have been doing Honkai Star Rail here, you can see, for the past, I don't know, year and a half, and our accuracy is actually very, very high, especially predicting rerun banners. So I am excited once the reruns start that we can start challenging ourselves again. In my opinion, 1.4 is where it starts getting a bit grey. There is this faction that was like drip marketed. They did have a little bit of their icons on, like, I think they officially leaked their own models as well. I saw like some models like this that has been released in Zenless Zone 0. Seems like some kind of Angel faction, Toy faction, I don't know what exactly it's called, but it's one of the factions that could be released in version 1.4 because it seems to be the next one that is most complete so far. Other than that, we definitely have to wait for more like drip marketing of newer characters. So perhaps we might see this faction in 1.4, which puts in very nicely into like a new rerun the rerun banners coming out, so we likely will be able to see this. The interesting one that I noticed, and this is where it gets a bit subjective, because up till now, like all these 9 characters that have been that we talked about, all of these are more or less going to be playable in future at some point. The part where I don't know which one is actually going to be playable or not is if you look at this YouTube video that they had, a lore teaser where the miracle began. It goes into some of the history of like new Eridu and stuff like that, and they showcase 7 characters in there. I don't know whether it's like 7 characters that are in the past, or perhaps they could be playable in future, but it's very interesting because the characters include models, for example, like this one here, the one that we can see on our thumbnail. So these 3 characters are part of the team, and out of all of them, like these 3 on aside, we have characters, for example, like these ones here. So let me just bring down these faction. These are like the 7 characters that were leaked or drip marketed in this lore teaser video that they put out on the official Zenless Zone Zero channel. You can check that out if you're interested. But these 3, as you can see, are these 3 characters over here. The 7 of them, they did mention that this character, like the one of the professors, is still missing till today. So he might come back in future as a boss or maybe a playable character, but they look very, very well designed for characters that they just designed for story. So maybe at some point they might be playable in future, but it also does say like these are the founding members of New Eridu and stuff. So it's a bit grey, but hopefully they are playable. I think it's really cool. This pink hat lady looks like Elysia from Honkai Impact with like angel wings and stuff like that. There is this Sunbringer character here also that looks really, really cool. This is the Hoshimi faction's founding head or something like that. Not Hoshimi Miyabi, but perhaps it also is because the eyes and the hair looks roughly similar to that hood. So not too sure whether it's an overlap of characters, but 7 characters that you can look forward to. And you can check out the video if you want to like, see more. I'm not going to spoil you too much if you don't care too much about the lore teaser, but you can check it out if you're interested. At this point, I don't know about these characters. Maybe they would form as part of 1.5 and beyond. But it's awaiting to see. We will wait for more official information. And definitely, if you found this video helpful, you like the way we present our things, stay tuned for the 4-star cast. I think it'll be very interesting, especially if any of you who are planning to pull for upcoming characters and you want to do some planning, we'll definitely do some predictions for the 4-star cast as well. And we might do W engines if any of you care about that. Leave me in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. See you next video.